So user acquisition used to be the growth engine everyone obsessed over. In today's market, though, that's no longer enough. I mean, studios are being pushed to think smarter about monetization, player behavior, and long-term value. Now, today I'm joined by none other than Zino, who is CEO and CRO at TýrAds, who is, of course, joining me from Bali, which we talked about. Um, Happy Fridays, so good to have you. Thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me, and excited to be here, and excited to actually get talking about UA, monetization, and everything about it.
Love it. So you're someone, who's been at the center of that shift. And I want to talk to you a little bit about what's changing, why it matters now, and how studios can actually begin to think about or rethink about the way that they monetize. So my first question to you here is, as I mentioned, UA has sort of dominated for years. What's changed now that makes monetization the priority now? What are we looking at that's different?
So I think the biggest change that really is happening in the UA space is the amount of competition that is coming in from different verticals that normally were not there in the past. For example, with the introduction of e-commerce on AppLovin, right? That has
Yeah.
pushed the CPMs up dramatically, right? And these kind of pushes are going to be becoming increasingly more and more and more. And you're going to need to be able to monetize well enough to be able to pay for those increases in the CPMs that you're going to be paying for, right? So, of course, you can optimize these things with your creative strategy, with everything else that's connected with it, right? But at the end of the line, if you're looking at it, your monetization strategy is going to be critical for you to be able to compete against the other brands that are out there and that are now going to be pushing up those CPMs.
Hmm.
And that's why monetization is now even more critical because if you don't monetize well, you're not going to be able to compete.
Right. Simply put. So you're launching at TýrAds a new publisher dashboard. What specific gap does this fill that current tools that you're seeing aren't addressing?
Yeah, so we are really focused on providing monetization solutions in the rewarded space. So what we do and what we focus on is providing rewards to users that they actually enjoy playing. And the goal with that is to actually provide value to the user so they stick within your apps and stick within your games for a longer period of time so that investment that you've made to pay for those users will actually be returned.
Mm.
And what we focus on primarily is to make every reward journey for every user an exciting experience by personalizing that reward journey exactly to the dot to what we think they will actually enjoy doing based on the data that we have from that user. And that basically allows us to make the journey of rewarding the user an exciting journey for the user so they stay
Hmm.
engaged with your product and also monetize at the same time as well, right? So it's a double whammy on that one for us. And that's what we really focus on. And that's really where our bread and butter is. And we've been making a lot of changes on our side to actually make that happen.
And we talk a lot about in this industry, people who are in the weeds, they're always referring to their dashboards and, this dashboard tells me this, and this is how I'm able to effectively monetize or whatever it may be, or get better data points. So in your opinions, how should a better monetization dashboard change the way a studio makes decisions day by day? How much easier can it make your life, and how can it do that?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is that a dashboard is not only there for the reporting and the numbers that's happening on inside the monetization solution, but it's to give you insights about what is actually happening with the users and what the users are actually interested in and how those users are impacting the monetization solution so that you can tailor your UA strategies on that. Whereas a lot of other monetization dashboards and other rewarded partners are providing you basic reports and basic information for you to be able to understand exactly what's happening and what you're earning. But they're not giving you the information that would allow you to actually understand exactly what those users are doing and what the kind of quality they're providing towards the advertisers that are the ones that are actually helping you monetize on your site. And if you
Hmm.
don't keep an understanding of what those users will provide in terms of quality and how your UA strategies are connected to that, it can result into having swings in your revenue, right? One month you have a great month, the next month you have a less month, and you don't know where it's really coming from. And
Hmm.
that transparency and providing that information towards partners and giving that information towards them so that they can actually make their strategies, their UA strategies based on that is critically important to make a monetization solution very, very effective. And that's really key in any kind of reporting on any kind of dashboard is that you provide the right insight, the right transparency to be able to give the information to the publishers that can actually then action on those.
Hmm. And you mentioned user personas, so that brings me nicely into my next question. So you've identified different sort of user personas in rewarded ads. Can you talk to me a little bit about what those key segments look like and how do they differ in their behavior?
Yeah, so we have different personas basically from the different types of users, right? I would say we have one is the reward hunter, right? This is the user that goes platform to platform and tries to find the best deals that they can find. It's like the
Yeah,
coupon hunters, right? You know, you see that on TV sometimes, and they bring like it's like thousands of
I love
coupons,
that
and then
show.
they yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I come there like, oh, okay, I got this coupon, and then you don't even
Yeah.
spend a dime, right? So, which is always exciting, you know. So that's one of the type of users, and those are different types of users that you have, and they're very aggressive in their trying to find the best deals and the best kind of reward platforms out there for them. The second one is more of the casual rewarder, and this is casual rewarder is basically someone that is more inclined to just trying to get a little bit of a reward because they want to break the time and actually play something or do something that's fun, but also reward something at the same time. So they're a lot more casual, a lot more relaxed in trying to get towards the rewards, and they're also
Hmm.
users that are not as aggressive as the reward hunter is, for example. And the third one is really the gamer, and the gamer is really that loves games, loves playing games, right? And really likes to play games every day. And if they can get rewards on your platform, right, it allows you to really keep those users engaged as much as possible on your platform as well. And
Yeah.
it's the same as like where the CPMs increased on the UA side from AppLovin side, right? Is because they have a lot of users pushing the e-commerce brands, right? These are also on gaming apps, right? These gamers can also be very, very good shoppers, right? And we're seeing that as well with what's happening with AppLovin, for example, that a lot
Yeah.
of partners are very successful on the audience that AppLovin can provide, right?
Yeah.
So that those are the three main personas that I would say, and that are actually successful in getting good results also for the advertisers and making sure that you monetize well over as well.
Right. It's so interesting actually, because as you're talking, it's kind of as someone who's not in the rewarded space, it's you're very much in the business of behavioral science as well. You're having to identify, and this is where it moves beyond just the data points. Like you're having to identify what people want to see, what they enjoy. Like I find that so interesting. Like you're actually having to categorize user behavior.
Yeah, it's very interesting, and you'll see that every different type of user also requires a different type of reward structure, right?
Yeah.
So it's a one user is a lot more aggressive, one is a lot more casual, right? So if you're going to give a lot of aggressive offers and like, hey, do this now and do this in a short amount of time,
Yeah.
right? The more casual user is not going to be entertained by that. They're not going to be enjoying that process, and they're not going to want to actually engage with your product, and that can lead into lower retention over time.
Right.
But if you get the gamer or you have the coupon hunter, right?
Yeah.
If you
He's
give
like,
them
yes,
coupon,
give it
there,
to
that's
me.
finally this is what I
Yeah.
need,
Yeah.
right? So that's
Yeah.
going to lead to more engagement, right? So, tailoring the reward structure to these personas and making sure that you actually deliver results based on these personas and reward
Hmm.
structures that actually the user will enjoy. That's really where the cherry is on the top of the pie, right? That's really where you'll get the results that you're looking for, and that you'll make the users happy. You'll get a higher retention, and you'll monetize them as well. And that's really what you want from a monetization solution.
Super interesting. So we touched a little bit on this, but in your words, how should studios actually use these personas to adjust ad strategies or player experience? So when it comes to actually adjusting things, how should studios actually go about doing this?
Yeah, so everything is about segmentation and how you segment these users. How do you give them offers that they actually enjoy? And that's really where a monetization solution can help you out with those engagement tools. Usually, these can be limited time bonuses or limited time offers, can be segmentation or currency experimentation, right? Where you can try out for one segment of users a higher currency reward than for the other one, right? And then trying to find the right mix of data. And that's really experimentation where your monetization partner, if they provide you the right information and the right tools, that you can actually connect that towards your own data and then see and experiment from there what actually results into the best performance for you and for your monetization stack.
Interesting. So my final question to you, Zeno, you've mentioned A/B testing tailored user journeys, obviously, but can you actually walk me through how that works in practice and how it ties into this new platform that you might be unveiling very soon?
Yeah, so we have a new platform that we've been working on and that we've been spending a lot of time on, particularly aimed towards giving reward structures for those personas, right? And one of the things that we found that was extremely important was being able to target on particular personas, right? So let's say we want to target the coupon hunter, or we want to target the gamer, or we want to target the more casual user, right? Um, we want to be able to experiment on specific funnel structures and specific rewards journeys,
Hmm.
particularly to these segmentations, right? And that's where we've launched our Aser engine. That's our engine that basically allows us to be able to experiment on particular user segmentations and targeting. And that can be age, gender, can be the device, can be the user profile, can be a lot of different things. We have about 30 different attributes of targeting capabilities that we can target on, and then experimenting on that segmentation with different funnels and different journeys, allowing us to be able to experiment on each one of those segments. What is the best journey that actually results into the performance that we want to have, that can actually result into good monetization for our publishers, but also the right quality for our advertisers so that they continuously increase their budgets and increase their bids as well.
Interesting. Zeno, thank you so much. We can't wait to see the platform. We can't wait to see what it's all about. And we can't wait to see what TýrAds does next. You guys are doing some amazing, amazing stuff. So thank you so much for your time today.
Yeah, thank you so much, and excited for being here, and thank you for your time.
Thanks, Zeno.